Alright, so once again, I'm trying a different server with Twitch, and it seems to be doing nothing to help me. But that's alright. Now I just hope we can keep it up. It seems to be trying to pull way more kilobits than I have allocated to it, but that's okay. Hopefully we'll be lucky today. Anyway. There we go. Alright, cool. So, here we go. We get to try the dragon once again. And the bomb I want is not on my bar, so we'll go ahead and correct that. Do I have any? No, I don't even think I have the ability to throw ranged weapons. I don't think I ever took that. Doesn't matter. So yeah, now the big problem is I have to wait for my health to come back because this thing, as you probably recall, eats my face. I begin to I think I've begun to understand that I'm too aggressive with this game. Like, I want to, and I had the same problem in the first one. I want to be up in their face all the time. Just in their face, you know. But that just doesn't work. So I really need to, just relax. Just relax. Stay the hell away from the enemies. And take my opportunities when I get my opportunities. I mean, it's not like, you know, I don't have bad gear. I've got good gear. I assume I'm supposed to be using a silver sword on the dragon. It's vitality plus 10. I mean, we could do that. Sure, let's do that. Let's drop some vitality on this thing, eh? See if we have any more. Armor plus 1. Damage bonus to signs. Resistance to incineration. Armor plus 2. It ups all my resistances, I suppose. Bonus to signs. Resistance to bleeding. And then we're nothing. I really wish, like, why can't I save it this time? I haven't done anything. I wish I could save after doing all this and recovering my health and all this nonsense, but it doesn't want me to, so I don't get to. I just upped that damage on my steel sword, didn't I? I totally did. I know I did. Just what is the point of this? I wish I understood. Alright, Here we go. Let's do the thing. Again. Can I save here?
You stink.
Oh, that's garbage. And I'm dead. What the hell? 2 hits. This is the worst part for me, is now sitting here, standing around for probably 2 full minutes, waiting for my health to come back. I don't know that it gets much more frustrating. I mean, I'm half tempted to put this back on. The resistances are crap, though, in comparison. Sure. Why not? If I die, it won't matter, and if I live, well, yay. Alright. So, how's everyone doing today? I'm a little perturbed, but, you know, that's because of Stupid OP dragon. Or my inability to defeat said dragon. Which I suppose is a more accurate thing to say. Okay, so this allows me to control other enemies. This allows me to take less damage. This is fire, this is a trap, and this is knock and stun. Is there like something, can I don't think so. Is there, can I eat? Can I do anything to get my health back faster? Riveting content. Sorry. Shouldn't do that. Just noticed my mic was queuing on that. Alright. Should have full health by the time we get up there. And then we can die in record time. Come on! Dude, you can't even get, like, I don't even know where to attack. And even though I have such a huge bonus to incineration, to guarding against incineration, it just destroys me. Sure, I'll reload the game and I'll freaking sit through trying to recover my health for 2.5 freaking minutes. Sure, why not? I just did it. I know I've said it, but again, I wouldn't mind this so much. I wouldn't mind the trying and retrying if I could save after my health came back before I start this fight. But every time I have to sit here and wait for my health to come back, and it kills me. I die a little inside every time.
Damn it.
Right to fire breath. That's freaking cool. Dude. That was dumb. At least I'm taking like 0 damage on this difficulty, you know what? This feels so cheap. I don't care. I really don't. Wait, what? Did it make me make a choice?
I think we can skip the niceties.
Yeah, unnecessary.
Yet I sense your readiness to fight on.
We were fighting to the death just minutes ago.
I understand. I believe I owe you part of my treasure. Family tradition and all.
No need. Can you make it back to Vergen?
I think so. I've always healed quickly in the past.
Can you tell me what'll happen to Yorvith now?
Let's be honest. He's a terrorist. I'll not lie about him nor whitewash his deeds. He must earn respect on his own, and perhaps, a few generations on, humans will forget.
Did you intend just to use him?
Geralt, Yorvith has killed more humans than you've eaten chickens. He's not one to be used. It's not that simple. He came to believe in me and knew from the start what we were fighting for. He made a choice.
Sure you don't know what I'm talking about? Those baby doe eyes, that intense misty gaze, the pouting.
We shared a cause, fought side by side.
Yorvith did and would do anything for you. Question is, what are you prepared to do for him?
There will always be a place for the Scoia'tael in the free Pontar Valley. As to Yorvith himself, I've heard many say crude things about us. Thing is, as long as I can remember, I've found dwarves fascinating. Must be a dragon thing. And though preferable to a human, an elf would be a compromise.
You know, you're not the first dragon I've talked to.
You met my father, Villain Trettenmirth, known also as Bork Three Jackdaws.
I thought he couldn't have children.
He thought so as well.
Polymorphing. Did you get that from him?
Just a hint of it. I can only assume one human form. He could transform into anyone he liked.
You also don't have his quickness and reflexes. And I don't think I saw a single golden scale on you.
Nor do I have his mustache or paunch. Sorry to disappoint you.
Professional curiosity. Forgive me. Where is Bork these days?
Who can know that? He taught me what he thought I should know and flew off yonder. It's the dragon's way. And he gave me my name.
Synthesis, if I heard right.
I prefer being Saskia.
Philippa took advantage of the chaos and escaped. Think she could reveal your secret?
It's nothing I can control. I don't intend to pursue her. We may or may not meet again, but I shall leave that to fate.
She's not one to give up easily. I think she'll come after you again, try to take control, as soon as she's done licking her wounds.
I shall be cautious next time, and I know much more about Eilhart than she would ever wish.
More than she would wish. Interesting.
I obeyed Philippa, but I was not blind. We were close, and Eilhart could not keep all her secrets concealed. I know her weakness, something that can destroy her in an instant.
Valuable and dangerous knowledge.
Do tell.
Precisely why I'll keep it to myself.
Aww.
Sheila and Philippa have lost. The Lodge has been defeated.
That's good, though temporary. I fear we shall hear of them again.
You know, Emir's armies have crossed the Yaruga.
I expected as much, as did Philippa. We defeated the Aedirnian lords and Henselt. With a bit of luck, we'll defeat the Emperor as well.
Time I was on my way.
You shall always be a welcome guest in Vergen. I underline guest.
Don't worry. I'm only ever a visitor.
I know. Sometimes I wish I could see the future, like my father.
And sometimes it's better to be surprised.
Farewell, Witcher.
The hell? Oh!
Your handiwork, sire. In the beginning, there was chaos.
I don't like him. I suppose I'm not supposed to, though.
What happened to Saskia?
She's alive. Wounded from our scrap, but alive. She impaled herself on a tree, and then I had to use that dagger. But she'll make it. Mountain air is good for a dragon's hide.
You're the most noble human I know, Gwynblade.
I'm no human.
I'm glad you reminded me. My hatred for the species abated for a moment.
What about Letho?
Strange thing. He sits in the Temerians' former camp. I believe he awaits you.
How do you know?
I saw him. He's got Triss.
Let's go. Tell me what happened here on the way.
While you were fighting Saskia, the city was staged to a bloody spectacle.
The players?
There were many. At first, it was a hunt for the traitors, but it soon turned into a hunt for all mages. And there were a few skirmishes between Kaedweni, Redanian, and Temerian troops. Rape, pillage, and murder. Not necessarily in that order. The pastimes of the Order's pious knights. And the regular troops soon followed suit. The kings, with their choice units, left the city just after the dragon attacked.
And the Nilfgaardians?
Remained neutral. That is to say, they shot anyone who dared approach their camp.
Figure before I get too close to my destination, I should... Crap.
When we're done with you, you'll be a lump of whimpering meat. Elf! Killed a non-human.
Is this the wrong sword? No, that's the right sword. How did that not count as back? Okay. Hey, come on.
Be
Beasts! Bloody sons of bitches!
Will you be all right?
Yes, thank you. Leave me.
What happened here?
When the summit ended, we hid in one of the houses. But they found us. They cut off both my sister's hands so she wouldn't cast spells. But I managed to escape. They caught me here.
Let's go, Gwynblade. This is madness. Lochmuin has changed. That's what it looks like now.
The Dwynny sword. I don't really have the weight to pick that up right now. Okay, well. Can't rest at this time, that's fine. I guess. One talent. Backstab Kitty, welcome back to the stream, my friend. How are you doing today? It is a fine day, yes? Need that health. Oh, I was gonna say, you're gonna give me another one of these stupid things where I can't. I was gonna be so mad. Good Lord. Look at this place.
I think I heard something.
Imperial troops.
Well, that's fun.
Long live the Emperor!
Holy crap.
Long live the Emperor!
Get back up!
Die, dog!
Right. Oh, I didn't mean to take the sword. Alright, cool. Oh yeah? You're gonna...
Long live the Emperor!
Yeah, I bet.
Finish your story.
I managed to sneak into the Nilfgaardian camp. It was relatively quiet there. Then I saw Letho leading Triss out.
They let him go?
No one dared stop him. I followed him. I think he noticed me, but didn't seem to care. Once the fighting died down, he went to the former Temerian camp.
Is Triss all right?
Yes. Letho defended her from marauders.
Maybe I won't kill Letho after all. Holy... real... wow. That is just a mess of... death all over. There he is.
Stop, Yorvith. I'm going alone.
Why?
This is between the two of us. Take care of Triss until I return.
Your choice.
Mine, indeed. There's one more thing you need to know. Nilfgaard's armies have crossed the Yaruga. War is inevitable.
Vafail, Gwynblade. Don't get killed.
Farewell, Yorvith. If I don't return within the hour, find Saskia and leave without me. Are you all right?
Yes. He saved me from the Nilfgaardians, and defended me from the troops.
It's time to end this. Yorvith's waiting. I'll catch up with you soon.
Geralt, he knows a lot.
I know, Triss. That's why we need to talk.
Don't get killed, Witcher.
I won't.
Took you a while?
Is that bauble from Sheila's megascope?
Mm-hmm. My final prank. I switched the diamonds. The one in the megascope has a flaw. Minute. But just large enough to warp the teleport. The Emperor's magic theorists assured me the effect would be spectacular.
I let her escape.
You're heartless. You've no idea what the Royal Witch Hunters have in store for her. A lot of pain for a long time.
I don't doubt it. So, ready to lay your cards out on the table?
No matter the game, there comes a point when all the players need to show their cards. I love that moment. But first... vodka.
I suppose my throat's a little dry.
In that case, let's drink to old friendships. Recovered your memory yet?
Not entirely.
Remember how we first met?
Yeah, I saved your life. Couldn't think of a nicer way to pay me back?
Frankly, I couldn't. I mean, taking care of another man's woman, Yennefer. I can't fathom what you saw in her, but I suppose there's no accounting for taste.
Wait, what?
The winter solstice, 1270. Midinvern, the night of magic. Letho wasn't lying, the hunt had stopped. At the Hanged Man's Tree, the spectral riders selected from among those they had taken. Yennefer was among them. A wraith cannot be killed, only driven away. Every Witcher knows that. Yet the riders fell beneath the blows of our Witcher's blades. Crimson blood flowed from under their dead men's armor. We could not kill them all. They were simply too many. A stalemate. He was different from all other elves. There was no shame in his gaze. He had never suffered persecution. He had endured no massacres. Humans had not taken his land. This elf was not of this world. He was an invader. We struck a deal. My soul for that of Yennefer. He agreed without hesitation.
Back with me, friend. Got the feeling you left for a minute.
Memories. I remember the Hanged Man's Tree and the Wild Hunt. I remember the exchange. Me for Yennefer.
So, cards out on the table. Unless you chase me all that way just to kill me.
I chased you for lots of reasons. You owe me some explanations to start with.
Let's say I do.
Tell me about Yennefer. What happened after I departed?
She was feverish for several days, delirious, in agony. We thought that was it. She was on her way out. Somehow she recovered. But even then she was disoriented. Amnesia like you.
What then?
Well, the woman turned out to be quite a character. Throwing temper tantrums, trying to seduce orcs, trying to drive a wedge between us. After you so nobly sacrificed yourself, we thought it'd be dumb just to leave her somewhere. She wouldn't have survived more than a month. The whims and vigor of a duchess, but she was just a sorceress with no memory. We were in the heart of the Empire. And as I'm sure you know, Geralt, in Nilfgaard, mages who behave like that either drop their bad habits quickly, or are drawn and quartered by horses in the middle of Victory Square.
So I heard.
So we set out, wandered through the provinces. Everywhere we went, she got in trouble and we pulled her out. And then one day they captured us. The Imperial Secret Police. Me, Ox, Sareth, and Yennefer.
Imperial Secret Police?
Mm-hmm. We were separated, and they questioned us. Long and thoroughly, but it was uneventful, no violence. That's how I met Vatia de Rideau, and a couple of weeks later, the Emperor himself. Me. A simple witcher.
What happened to Yennefer?
I don't know. Never saw her again. The Emperor offered me a mission in the Northern Kingdoms. As for Yennefer, I had the feeling she was somehow important to Emhyr. As I see it, they learned of the Lodge from her. Those Imperial spooks have their ways. All I heard is that Vatir had his men watch Yennefer closely throughout the time she was at the palace. Then we went off to slay the kings of the North. And that's where my knowledge ends.
So she's in the Empire?
She was when I left.
How did you know where we'd find the Wild Hunt?
Every witcher who wears the viper around his neck knows the place. We had so many books and scrolls about the hunt that I used to think our school was founded for the very purpose of solving the riddle of the Spectral Riders.
Know who they are? You know the true identities of the Riders?
From what I understand, they're some damn elven race. But they turned out to be a big ruse. The legendary Omen of War proved to be a fairground attraction.
No Market Square mage could possibly conjure up a cavalcade of wraiths speeding across the sky. Then there's the amnesia. No, there's something more, I assure you.
Go ahead, enlighten me. I can tell you want to.
There are a lot of legends and myths about it, but the Wild Hunt is a fact. I've fought and killed many of its wraiths. They were spectral emanations, the avatars of real riders. The riders we ran into by the Hanged Man's Tree.
Are you telling me you were carried off by elves? Real material sons of bitches like the ordinary kind we deal with in this world?
They may be ordinary in their world, but they're strangers in ours. The conjunction of spheres, you know the theory? Do you know how monsters appeared in our world?
There's not a witcher who doesn't know that.
So you know there are other spheres. The most powerful of our mages can open passages between these worlds, and they usually do that to summon the monsters we then have to hunt. The elves we saw come from another world, and they weren't summoned. They found the way on their own. It's not exactly easy, so they usually send their spectral emanations. They come in person on special missions.
As they did for you and Yennefer. So, elves from another world and their trained wraiths. What did they want from you?
I've got an idea, but that's not your concern. How did a Witcher agree to kill humans at another human's bidding?
At the Emperor's bidding, Geralt. And he's no ordinary human. The rulers of the North come up to about where his Pauline's end.
Why?
Simple. He promised to rebuild the School of the Viper, the Witcher's order where I came to be. Witcher's schools in the south fell into ruin long ago, and Witchers themselves became internal exiles, banned from entering most cities. Besides Seret and Ox, I know of 2 other Witchers of the School of the Viper who should be alive and on the path. I don't know where they are. Haven't seen them for years. Now they can come out of hiding. They can come home.
I suppose that's good a reason as any.
Why are you still here? Why did you wait for me this time?
I knew you wouldn't give up. I knew you'd pursue me. And I don't aim to hide anymore. Fact is, only you know the truth about me. Well, and a couple of folks whose word isn't worth spit anymore. I never saw you as a foe. I want to go my way. But if I have to fight you first, so be it. This story ends here and now.
Care to tell me what it was all about?
Kill as many rulers as we could. Lay the blame on the sorceresses. Breed chaos. Prepare the North. Soften it before the invasion. And you know what's incredible? We could not have imagined more fertile soil. No matter what the war's outcome, the Northern monarchs will accuse one another. Pursue their God-given rights. Seek vengeance and be at each other's throats for years to come. The North resembles a whorehouse on fire, as your friend Dandelion would say.
He would say that.
And you know the...
Holy crap. Alright.
How did you manage to contact Sheila?
It wasn't a problem once I learned of the Lodge's existence. Initially, she watched my every move. But sooner or later, everyone starts treating me like a big oaf. I mean, I can't change how I look. I stayed close to Sheila, killed a few beasts for her, and whined about how unhappy I was, how unfair the world was. So much, in fact, that I actually got her gander up a few times. I made sure a few potentially trustworthy witnesses saw us together, could link us. Security in case I was captured. I also prepared to assassinate the King of Kovir. Esterad Tyson was to be the first victim of the mysterious assassins. But before I could do the dirty deed, Sheila asked me to slay Demavend. The gods had smiled upon me. I couldn't believe my luck. Here I'd been trying to figure out how to frame Sheila, and now all I needed was to carry out her orders and follow through.
Where'd you get your information about the Lodge?
From the Emperor and Vattir de Rideau, the Emperor's chief spy. And I believe they got it out of Yennefer.
She recovered her memory?
Nah. I'd never claimed she informed on her friends consciously. I expect they found a way to tap into her memory in spite of her amnesia, and without her knowing it. There was a sorcerer present when I was questioned. A young, proud intelligence officer. Whatever the case, they gave me a list of the sorceresses in the Lodge. Only Emir, Vattir, and I were present. Only we knew of the mission.
How do you manage to slay Demavend?
Sheila's magic. I mean, she could give us the king's every move. His habits, the positions of the palace guards, anything. All we had to do was navigate the labyrinth and land the final blow. Besides, she had plenty of gold for the preparations. Greased palms abundantly. It had all the makings of a cakewalk. But it's never that easy. We barely avoided our pursuers. And we wouldn't have if not for Iorveth Scoia'tael, another of Sheila's ideas. With Iorveth's elves, not only did we cut down Demavend, but traveling with them put us out of the Lodge's reach. We could calmly plan Foltest's and Henselt's assassinations.
How did you know Foltest would come to the monastery's solar?
Iorveth and I planned Foltest's murder. The King of Temeria would have to deal with the La Valette sooner or later, and he made no secret of it. I was sure he'd want to recover his bastard children in the process. And where do they take the children when a castle's under siege? I had to become a monk, but I couldn't just arrive at the monastery and claim I'd seen the light. Not very believable. So one of Arion's patrols out in the forests happened on a Scoia'tael unit torturing a helpless monk. Arion's brave men drove off the elves and I found shelter in the monastery.
No one noticed you had no wounds?
I paid the monk who treated me a lot of orange to stay silent. Actually, it was only a loan, because I killed him later. Only the dead can keep a secret. Then all I had to do was wait for the situation to develop. When I saw you enter the chamber with Foltest, I thought I might fail. Luckily, you failed. To recognize an old friend.
When did you decide to get rid of Iorveth?
As soon as I realized I couldn't manipulate him. A true fox, that one. He was so observant, so dangerous. I got the sense he might see through me at any moment.
You made a mistake. You were untouchable as long as the Scoia'tael were protecting you.
Maybe, but with Iorveth, my hands were tied. If I'd finished off Kieran...
But you didn't. And that allowed me to drive a wedge between you and Iorveth. I forced you to flee.
And I let you live. You know I could have killed you. You're forgetting.
No, I remember. So Sheila was looking for you when she came to Flotsam.
Mm-hmm. She thought she was still in control and wanted to get rid of me. I'd bet my eyes that she thought I'd lost my mind, or that Iorveth was manipulating me.
And the North descended deeper into chaos.
Exactly. There was just one problem. You. I could have killed you in the Elven Ruins. Thing is, you weren't really my enemy.
You screwed up with Henselt.
Sabrina's curse tore that down. First off, we got holed up in that hideout in the ravines. Then Sheila showed up and started watching Henselt like he was her own ass. By that time, his death was no longer necessary. Fate had smiled upon us again. I learned of the summit and the efforts to reconstitute the council and conclave. The ideal setting for the mission's grand finale.
He suddenly got really freaking loud. Alright, I guess that's that. I guess it's time to do the thing.
I'm done talking. Let's finish this.
Want to fight?
Any vodka left in that bottle?
A swig apiece. Here. The Imperial army is probably crossing the Yaruga as we speak. Pure pandemonium will ensue. The North's finished. Time to go south, where the good life awaits.
You're a fool, Letho. Both you and your Emperor are forgetting one thing. Misfortune brings people together. Very shortly, the North could be united like never before, thanks to you. But that's just not my concern anymore.
I'm not your foe. I never was. Let me walk away and I will. You'll never see me again. Force me to fight, and this time I'll kill you.
Oh god, what do I want to do?
I've learned all I wanted to know. I can feel the memories coming back. Your death won't change a thing. Go where you will.
Just like that. No threats. No words of wisdom.
You going or not?
Farewell, Geralt.
The Witcher had traveled far and wide in search of the Kingslayers. Along the way, he had met both the righteous and scoundrels, Bernard Laredo amongst the latter. Laredo sold Flotsam to Kedwen and scattered the local non-humans to the four winds. Flotsam became a military base. Its civilian population was resettled. In Aedirn, the Witcher witnessed Saskia the Dragonslayer achieve a great victory. The Pontar Valley, previously Upper Aedirn, became a promised land for outcasts who dared dream of freedom. Even sly old Zoltan Chive came to believe in this land of bliss. Yet dark times approached for the architects of the New Order. Dark clouds had been gathering over Temeria since Foltest's death. Stripped of its king, the land was like a rich cloth which nobles began to shred. These minor scavengers, however, scurried off in fear when true predators reached out for their prize. The summit at Loch Muin sealed the fate of Foltest's realm, when Radovid of Redania and Henselt of Kedwen divided it between them. A tempest descended on the north, at least partly the work of manipulative mages. It seemed the turmoil in Temeria, Aedirn, and Kedwen would benefit them most. Common folk turned against sorceresses and all magic freaks, witchers included. Castles that had hitherto welcomed mavens of the magic arts now shut their gates to any who sought shelter there. A witch hunt ensued. It was a time of great uncertainty, of rape accomplished by royal decree. Yet as troubled as the day seemed, we, who had in some way shaped the world's fate, finally received some respite. Zoltan resumed the quest for his beloved's hand, and I laid my head in the laps of the muses. Who could have known this tempest which had ravaged the north was but a harbinger of darker days, and the preamble to an entirely new tale of Geralt of Rivia.
Whoa. That's freaking gross. I can't believe it's freaking over already. I mean, I suppose I skipped quite a few side quests here and there. The thing is the game didn't seem to want to give me time to do the side quests. Like, it was very much, once I got out of that first area out of Flotsam, it was very much single storyline driven, and it all felt very, very much time restricted. And I suppose that was their intent, is to make you feel like, man, this needs to get done, it needs to get done, it needs to get done. But I think it killed a lot of the side quests that way. Like in that final town there in Loch Muin, there were side quests, there were little missions on the mission board and things like that. And with the, you know, there was constant enemies in the city and like all over. I just didn't feel like there was a proper place to do those things. If you know what I mean. These artist renderings are pretty creepy here during the credits. Oh yeah, I will admit I tried looking up some information on the dragon fight because I was obviously having a lot of trouble with it. I was looking for some help, you know, in how to do it and things like that. And I have to assume that the person I was watching had picked to go with Roach. And, you know, for example, like at the end with that version, he wasn't given the option. Like he didn't have the dagger to save Saskia. He could either kill her or let her go. There was no setting her free from the spell. And I mean, you can inform me if that's a correct assessment or not, but it seems to me that might have been one of the major differences with Yorveth versus Roach, and definitely some replayability. And I don't know if I don't know if there's another word to put there either. Replay value, replayability. It all sounds good. Okay, so that is well, because I haven't seen the rest of the playthrough with Roach, just that part. I mean, that's a huge difference in the story. You either kill her or let her go, versus saving her, setting her free. And I mean, honestly, who knows if I actually set her free or not? I mean, it's entirely possible that it's all, yeah, it's all an illusion. And Philippa, well, if they do get there, at least they'll think they freed her, type thing. And I would have been super bummed if I had to kill the dragon too. That would not be. It's a freaking dragon, man. Why do you always have to kill the dragons? Decided to give Arcade a shot, huh? It's, it feels, there's a bit of a learning curve to it. Like I said, the nice thing about Arcade was that they had started those fresh start servers, so that, you know, everyone was fairly equal. And granted, even with the servers only coming online a month ago, there are already people at, you know, top level. They just don't have all the gear yet. But there's still plenty of people, you know, starting new characters and things like that. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that you're playing a Firin. Oh, yeah. They are very human-esque with some cat features. I can understand that. Now, the one thing I enjoyed about the Fearins, not the one thing, but one of the things that I liked, when you would run with the Fearin, they would have, you know, they'd go down on all fours and do like a bestial style run, which was fun. It was different than all the other characters, and I think fairly realistic. Well, maybe not realistic, but how I would imagine them to be. Keep thinking these credits are gonna end. There was something at the very beginning of the credits. It said watch the credits to see how they see the end of the game. Like I'm confused, but I'm afraid to click through the credits now. I think I've seen this drawing already. I think I've seen some of these repeated already, multiple times. I think my main problem with ArcheAge was I had trouble following the story, and I'm kind of in things for the story. It felt disjointed, and I could never really put it together cohesively. And maybe it was because they kept taking you out of the game to tell you the backstory. But I never found that there was much of a point to the regular playing through the game mode. Like, okay, yeah, the land's at war, and I'm doing this thing as I go through the game. I don't know, I never saw the end goal to it. What? Oh, I can speed up the credits? You've got to be freaking kidding me. I can speed up the freaking credits. How many languages is The Witcher in? Because, that could be a lot of credits. That was Czech. Okay, here we are, Japanese. Chinese, Turkish. Holy good lord. It just keeps going. Oh, oh, oh. How the hell did he manage that? Wow. All right. So that was it. That was the end of The Witcher 2. Honestly, it felt a little short to me. I feel like the first game was longer. I understand that the third game is much longer than either of the first two. Honestly, even if I had the game installed, I don't really feel like I have time to start The Witcher 3 today. So, I'm gonna go ahead and call it for today, and thank everyone who stopped by for the stream. Backstab Kitty, Bunny Fat, as always, thank you for being here. Anyone else who may have been lurking, I do appreciate it, and I hope to see you all again in the future. Wherever you are in this wonderful wide world, I hope you have an awesome morning, afternoon, or evening, whichever the case may be for you. And as always, may the light of John and Jode forever shine upon your path. Sugar and sands, my friends.